make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Hi, friends, and welcome to Rosie's birthday party, sponsored by me. Now, she's invited. There's nothing I'd rather do any day of the week than celebrate the person that is the reason why I have this show. But today's her birthday. She turned 63 today. Happy birthday, Rosie. And she does know this is happening. She has a very busy day today. She's on the Late Late Show tonight over in Ireland. She is invited to this show. I did message her. I did send her the link. But she's not responded. I have never met her, but we are here today with people who have met her, who love her, who have worked with her. It's going to be a really fun show, just all things Rosie. I want to change the name of the show to not Make Your Day Richer, but Make Your Day Rosie today. That's the name of the show. And what I'm about to show you might be the reason why she won't do this show, because my first talk show episode that I ever filmed was in 2011, and although she followed me for a while on Twitter, she's not on Twitter anymore. She has liked some messages. We have interacted in the sphere of things. This might be why. So of course she got me into eBay back in the 90s, and I would spend literally all my money on Rosie stuff. So I just wanted to show you some of the things that I have. You see a lot of the stuff during the interviews, the regular show, but I have multiple, these aren't even all of them, multiple Christmas ornaments, of course. Goes on the front of the Christmas tree every year. That is a must. We've got multiple dolls, because who knew that, 13-year-old Richard was gay buying Rosie Barbie dolls? Who knew? Who knew? Also, very proud of the things that I have that are signed. I have some signed things. Signed, unopened, Koosh Flingshot Special Edition Rosie O'Donnell Flingshot. Thank you, eBay. I've got this. This was a birthday present, signed, still from the Flintstones. I'm wondering if Chrissy knows how to do the Rosie Betty Rubble laugh. We'll have to ask her when she's out here. And if she's back there listening, so Chrissy, start practicing. This, I was going through my storage. So all of this stuff has been in storage, and including these shirts. And it smells like it's been in storage. So we'll be showering after this. But look, signed certificate of authenticity. Don't break it. Okay, look at that. Beautiful. If I had a camera operator, we'd be zooming in, but I don't. And then, sorry, this is going to be the entire show. A whole bunch of her industry ads. Look. Okay, look at how beautiful. Look at that. Look at, oh, yeah, I know. Oh, there's stuff on the back too. Oh my gosh, I've got all kinds of stuff that I don't even, look at this. Okay, what else do we have? I don't even know what half this stuff is. Oh, I signed up to be in the, Rosie had a, look at this. Signed. Okay. I'm excited like she's here. She's not even here, but I'm just excited to talk to you all about her and to talk to people who love her as much as I do. This from Kmart. I used to drive to a different state. I lived in Wisconsin. I grew up in Wisconsin and would drive to Michigan to go to Kmart and asked them after Christmas if I could take this, and they said yes. Okay, what else do we have? This was from the Kids Are Punny book, Kids Are Punny 2. This was like the little stand that they had at Kmart. Stole it. I don't think I asked for that one. Okay, and then this. So I'm going to ask Colin if he was like this too, but I was the kid. My entire bedroom, I would collect all the magazines she was in, obviously, and I would cut them all out. So I would buy one to keep, and then I would buy one to cut up. And I filled my entire bedroom wall with pictures of Rosie. The entire thing was filled with pictures. And then I made a scrapbook when I went to college. Yes, I was 18 and I'm 40 and I still love her. I took down all the photos And this, you can't see it, but it says the Rosie O Wall, July 1997 to September 2001. And it's, look, this, I'm going to come up to the camera so you can see. Hold on. Look at this. This is, can it zoom in? Maybe. This is me. That's the start. And then look, like, who, oh, that's upside down. My entire room. All Rosie stuff. Yeah, it's true. And then, oh, I even had birthday cakes. I would have birthday cakes made. This right here is my scrapbook of all of the stuff, from the Rosie wall. So I took it all down and then put it in a scrapbook. And there are pages. Look, that's little Parker. Little Parker. Pages and pages. Pages of, I mean, who does that? But what I found out back in the day when they would have like chat rooms online, that there were Rosie chat rooms, and there were all these little gay boys doing the same thing. Like, why were we obsessed with her that much that we were, I don't know, but I loved her. And I still love her. She's an amazing human all around. And I'm so glad that we get to celebrate her today because she is just fantastic. So there's stuff all over. We're going to be talking to people who love her, people who have worked with her, people who pretend to be her as a job, which I love. So it's like she's here, but she's not. And maybe she'll pop in because I sent her the link and she's not doing anything right now, I don't think. Who knows? I'm sure she's busy, but she could be. Okay, let's start the show, because we've got a lot to do and I've talked for too much. So my first guest is part of an organization that is near and dear to Rosie's heart. Rainey Wilson is here from Guide Dogs of America, a nonprofit dedicated to transforming lives through guide and service dog partnerships. They provide these incredible dogs at no cost to individuals across the US and Canada who are blind or visually impaired, veterans with PTSD or mobility challenges, children with autism, and various facilities. Rosie's working on a documentary about Guide Dogs of America called Unleashing Hope, which is hopefully coming out later this year. So please welcome Rainey Williams. Rainey, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Richard, for having me. I'm excited.
Well, Rainey was just telling me this is her second podcast interview ever.
Yes, I am new to this, but hopefully, hopefully I answer all the questions that you have, and yeah.
I'm sure it'll be great. Tell everybody about Guide Dogs of America and what you do there.
Sure. So Guide Dogs of America, Tender Loving Canines is what we're called now. We breed, raise, and train guide and service dogs for individuals who are blind or visually impaired, veterans with PTSD and or mobility challenges, children with autism, and we also place facility dogs all across the United States and Canada. And all this is at no cost to the recipient. That includes personalized training, postgraduate support, room and board in our dormitories when they're getting partnered with their dog. So there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, there's a lot. I know that it's more than just like going to the shelter and getting a dog and then it comes home with you. Like there's an entire process that the new owner has to, speaking of dogs, my dog just woke up.
I love it.
They're very excited to have you here, apparently. I don't know what's happening. That the person has to go through it before the dog even goes home with them, right?
That's correct. They have to apply for the service or guide dog, and there are a certain number of requirements involving medical records. They have to be qualified to actually have a certified service dog. And the wait list for our service dogs there's a demand out there. It can be anywhere from 1.5 to 2 years for a wait. And then for our guide dogs, also about a year. They're in demand.
That has to be so heartbreaking when there are people out there that need them and they can't get them as quickly as you'd like them to.
Absolutely. We are a nonprofit. It all costs money and time, and we put our heart and souls into it. And we really want to make sure that we also take a lot of pride in we call it the magic of the match. We want to make sure we match the right dog with the right human. And we want that special connection, because there's nothing like that human canine bond. But we want to make sure that it's going to be a lifelong, partnership. So.
When you said that there's a wait list for that year and a half, once your name is called, then how long is that process usually before you're actually placed with a dog?
Yeah, so there's some paperwork, and after all the paperwork is accepted, if you're accepted to the service dog side of our program, then there are 3 weeks of online training and then 10 days where we actually fly the student to our campus. They stay in dorms just like any other college dormitory. We have 3 meals a day, on-site laundry, and they are paired with their dog, and they really learn how to work as a team with their dog. If you're chosen for the guide dog side of the program, there's actually 3 weeks of in-person training because there's a lot of specific outings that they'll do depending on where the dog is going to go. Because like I said, we service all across the United States and Canada. So one of our dogs might be going to New York City and need to be in busy public streets all the time. So there's a lot of training involved.
Yeah, I bet there are a lot of moving parts to this, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. I know. What are like the ages that you work with? Because I think through Rosie that the dogs that go to kids with autism, they have to be under 12, correct?
That's correct. Under 12, and so between the ages of 4 to 12. Because we just found that children with autism react. That's when how should I say, when they're best to be paired with a dog, and a dog can help them the most. Like if they have repetitive behaviors or there's meltdowns in public, our dogs are trained with 25 to 30 different cues that help mitigate certain things that the child might be going through. And that includes if the child is doing repetitive behaviors that could potentially hurt themselves, the dogs are trained to interrupt those behaviors by nudging them. They can also do deep pressure therapy and whatnot. And so I think the child age in between 4 to 12 is really the sweet spot in order for our dogs to be of the utmost service for the child.
Okay. But it isn't like once they turn 13, the dog goes away.
Oh no, it's still a lifelong partnership.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if the child, for instance, Rosie's child, Clay, receives the dog, I think Rosie is now, I mean, sorry, Clay is now 12, but Kuma is not going to be
Yeah,
taken
yeah.
away. Still a partnership until, a team partnership until the dog is time to retire.
Where do you find the dogs? Like, how does that part of the combination work? Like, where do the dogs come from to begin with?
So we actually breed selectively and responsibly breed on our campus. These dogs have a specific purpose, and so we want to make sure that we're responsibly breeding dogs who are healthy and are apt to do this kind of work. But also not just that, not just health wise too, but also personality wise. We want to make sure that they have the right personality for this type of work too. So we do that all on campus.
That brings me back. I worked in the nonprofit world for a long time, and I know how difficult it is. And anybody working in the nonprofit sector, my hats are off to you, because it's like every day you're really struggling and kind of begging, it feels like, oftentimes, to like do your job. What is the best way that people can support the work?
So any number of ways. You can donate. Obviously, there's monetary donations. There's also donating your time. We always need puppy raisers. So once our puppies become 8 weeks of age, they do go home with what we call volunteer puppy raisers, which are basically foster families that raise the dog from the time they're 8 weeks old until they're 15 to 18 months old, and they're turned in for their formal training. You can go on our website at www.guidedogsofamerica.org, and you can see all the giving opportunities that are there. There are a plethora of ways that you can help us. So it costs us $60,000 in operating costs from the time the dog is a puppy up until we pair them with their recipient. So it's quite a bit of time and money, but we're passionate about the cause. So.
And you're based in California, correct?
We're in Southern California. Our campus is in Sylmar, California, which is about 15 to 20 minutes north of Los Angeles.
Okay. And so for like the foster families, I'm assuming they have to be in that area.
For right now, yes, we
Okay.
are trying to expand that program to where we are able to have more raisers outside of the Southern California area. Reason being because it's, there's a lot. Reason we have people here in Southern California is there's a lot of interaction involved. We are accredited by the IGDF, which stands for International Guide Dog Federation, and ADI, Assistance Dogs International. So throughout the course of the puppies training, there's almost checklists that we have to make sure that the puppies are learning as they're growing. And so they, even while the puppies are with their puppy raiser, they meet, a couple times a month with their, we call them area, like their area leaders in their group, because it takes a village. We want to make sure that the puppy raisers are supported with, or almost like the curriculum of what they know the dogs need to learn before they're turned in for their formal training.
I saw, we're going to now transition Rainey into talking about Rosie as much as we can because we love her here.
Sure.
I saw like the graduation. You guys go through a beautiful like graduation. Is that what it's called, right? When the
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, we have one tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. And it's
on
live
campus now.
streamed and you can watch it. And I watched, of course, hers and the emotion that come out of the people who you are helping. That has to be so overwhelming for you as a person and an organization.
Absolutely. There's never a shortage of Kleenexes. We make sure that there are Kleenexes passed out on every row, but this is what it's all about, which is why we love, and all staff, we're always at the graduations as well, because this is why we're doing what we're doing. We want to take, our mission is to transform lives through these service dog partnerships. And it's just so inspiring to see them walk across the stage and to see how grateful they are and know how it's going to change their life. It really is. It's the most inspiring thing that I've seen in a long time. So yeah, I encourage everybody to watch online. We live stream it on our Facebook page.
Okay, good. I know that Rosie was talking about starting to do a documentary on Guide Dogs of America. Has that started yet?
Yes, as I understand, the shooting has been completed.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know exactly the details of the release and everything yet, but we're hoping sometime this spring or summer.
Okay, good. And then can you just talk about how amazing it was to have her around and the work she's done and how she should come on this show?
Yes, we love Rosie. She has done so much for the organization, and we're also so happy that that we could be of service to her and Clay. But yeah, she's an amazing person. She definitely supports our organization. She's even played on Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and we were her chosen charity. So grateful for that. But yeah, she graduated with Kuma last January, actually. So it's been a little over a year that she's had, that she and her family have had Kuma. And I love seeing posts on her social media pages of Kuma and just how much they're really loving Kuma being a part of the family.
And if I was a better producer, I'd be like, well, Kuma's here, so you do a catch up, but she's not. She's not. But maybe next time when the documentary comes out, come back and maybe we can get Kuma as a guest.
Oh, and she's such a sweet girl. We love Kuma.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have pets yourself, or is the work that you do is like, that's enough pet for me?
Oh no, I do. Dogs are my spirit animal. I have a Labrador retriever of my own named Scout. She just turned 5 this past December. She's usually with me at work today, but she's not today. I do have a cutout. I don't know if you can see, there's a cutout of her behind me. I don't know if I just, there. Oh, there she is.
As there should be.
Yeah, so she's a model sometimes, and we'll use her for different cutouts at events and stuff. But yes, I adore dogs. And like I said before, there's nothing like that human canine bond.
Yeah. There's usually, I have a Great Pyrenees, and she's usually walking around here somewhere during a filming and usually sleeping.
Oh, is that what we heard earlier? She was chiming in?
Yes. She had things to say. Yes.
I love it.
Rainey, what do you love most about your life right now?
I just love being able to come to just a happy place to work every day. We're all here on campus, Monday through Friday, and we come to our graduations and everything. Life is great. Like I feel like I am in the place exactly where I'm supposed to be. I've always wanted to work for an organization that involves dogs, but that also helps people and people that need it the most. And I feel like this is my calling. This is where I'm supposed to be. So that makes me very happy.
Isn't it great when you can get up and be excited to go to work? It's not.
Yes. And who
Yeah.
doesn't love to be around dogs, If we ever, it
Yeah.
is, there's a lot of work to do, so if ever I
Yes.
am stressed or if I'm like, okay, I just need to take a second. I mean, we have puppies here on campus too that are
Yeah.
being
Oh,
in what we call puppy pre-K. So just go out, watch the puppies for a little bit and it just brightens your day. And knowing that those puppies are going to go to serve someone who really needs it. And they want, it's not like they want to work. It's just that
right.
beautiful partnership. It can make you smile and remember what it's all about.
Well, I have two more questions, but my one question, because you had talked about retirement, is there an age that the dogs usually work until, or is it really just kind of dog by dog when it feels like it's time?
It's usually dog by dog. You'll typically, because they're members of the family, they'll typically communicate, like, oh, I'm a
Yeah.
little tired. Like maybe if they're on the guide dog side, they might not want to go out for as many outings a day. And then on the service dogs, same, they might just start to show signs of slowing down. And just like with us, we don't want them to have to work their entire lives. They should be able
Right.
to enjoy a retirement as well.
Yeah.
So usually for Labradors and golden retrievers and lab golden crosses, which is normally the dogs that have the highest success rate with us. Usually around 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, they start to show like, maybe I don't want to work anymore. And that's totally fine. They should be able to enjoy being a pet after that. But that's not to say that they're working all the time, even with their
Right.
family or their person, because our dogs are trained when they have their service vest on, that's work time. And when the service vest comes off or the harness comes off on our guide dog side, then it can be a pet. And so just
Play
like with
and
us, they're
yeah.
not working all the time. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I love it. What is the best way that everybody can connect with you and Guide Dogs of America?
Sure. Again, like I said earlier, they can go on to www.guidedogsofamerica.org.
Well, thank you for supporting this show. Thank you for celebrating Rosie's birthday with us. I appreciate you
Yes,
jumping on.
happy birthday, Rosie. I'm excited.
Yay! Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Richard.
Of course. We'll take a break and be right back after this. Life is difficult. Are you feeling overwhelmed or like you could use a little support for your mental well-being? Visit the Help Hub. It's the most comprehensive and inclusive free online destination for mental health resources, helpful tools, crisis hotlines, and supportive content. Just go to thehelphub.co to find the resources you need when you need them most. Unlike other resource pages, the Help Hub is divided into 16 different categories, ensuring that everyone in every community has access to the resources and support that matches their unique needs. Find the help you're looking for at thehelphub.co. It always does that. StreamYard, get it together. I thought I'd do a costume change during the commercial break. Here's my other Rosie shirt. Okay, my next guest is someone who has worked alongside some of the biggest names in entertainment. Colin Sheehan has worked with legends like Gloria Estefan, who has a new album coming out, Cyndi Lauper, and Melissa Etheridge. He's also been involved with The Wendy Williams Show, the Nickelodeon Family Cruise, and the Broadway Cruise. Now as the Arts, Culture, and Special Events Coordinator, which sounds like a fantastic job, Colin is bringing his big stage experience to his local community. Oh, and he also got his break on a little show called The Rosie O'Donnell Show. Please welcome Colin Sheehan. Hello, hello.
Hi, Richard. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. I have that shirt too.
Do
But
you?
your collection, wow, your collection. I had lots of Rosie O'Donnell show stuff and Rosie stuff and Broadway stuff in my room growing up, just like you. But wow, you outdid yourself.
I'm gonna start a museum at some point. maybe.
Good. She deserves it. She deserves
She does deserve it. She does. Were you also like I did, where you were putting pictures on the wall, or was that just me
Oh
being
yeah,
weird?
no. I
Okay.
definitely had Flintstones and even Exit to Eden as like
Mm,
a 10, 11, 12-year-old.
yeah.
Um, it was crazy. I shared a bedroom with my brother, so it was like Broadway and Rosie on one side and Bob Dylan and Guns N'
Hmm.
Roses and Grateful Dead on the other. The complete opposite. But
Yes.
yeah, no, I just felt like I related with Rosie, both being Irish Catholic and middle children. We were both class presidents, both loved Broadway, both gay, like
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to be friends with her. So I
Right.
was running home after school every day to watch the show, or I had it taped. And that's where we all got our introduction to Broadway and all those
Yes.
shows. So that's where I felt even more in love with Broadway. It felt like she gave us a peek behind the curtain.
It's so true. Is her show how you found her, or did you know her from like movies? Like when did you
No,
find her
I
and fall in love with
I
her?
knew her. I was excited for her show to premiere. So I definitely
Mm,
knew her before. I would say A League of Their Own was
okay.
probably it. And then I think did the Flintstones come out before the show?
Yeah, 94.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
those two shows. And then I remember watching her show from June of 1996, day
Uh,
one, every day. And when it
interesting.
got preempted, I was so mad.
I listen. They changed the time for me, and so it like started a half an hour earlier because it was 4 o'clock in Wisconsin, and so I would run home, and then they like changed it, and it was earlier, and then I was very stressed of how I was going to get home. But I didn't hear about her. I remember it was 97. It was the summer of 97 that it was like a rerun, and it was a rerun of her in LA, and I saw her, and she kind of looks like my mom. She kind of reminds me of and I thought, oh my, like whatever is happening on this screen, this is what I want to do. Like I instantly was like, that's it.
Oh
And
yeah, I her personality was just like
mhm,
mine, and my mom and my aunt, everyone in my family looks like her. I feel like everyone related to her because
yeah,
they all have like an aunt like that that's funny
yes.
and that is the life of the party. So yeah, no, I think that has a lot to do with the success of the show.
I never got to meet her, but I will tell you a story of back in the day, and like well, it probably was 98, 99. You could go online and look people's phone numbers up. And I looked her phone number up on like whitepages.com or something. And I called, and I'd ask my mom because it was long distance. And she said, yeah, you're fine. You can call. Like I had to beg. And I called and someone answered. And I think it was Kelly. And I panicked and I just gave the phone to my mom. And my mom said, is Rosie home? And she said, she's not. And so my mom explained, there's a little boy here who loves her or whatever. And she said, my mom asked, does she ever call her fans back? And she said, well, sometimes. And so they talked for a little while. And then the next day on her show, I was, of course, watching it. And she said, oh my gosh, I was out last night and traffic was so bad because the Spice Girls were in town. And she said, so if you tried to call me last night, that's why I wasn't home. And I instantly went, well, that was totally me. It probably was not, but I was like, she's talking to me. She's totally talking to
I'm
me.
sure it was for you. I mean, do you
Yes.
remember Joe from New Jersey, Joe
Oh,
Salaga?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes.
he's come on a couple of the cruises. We're friends. I mean, he did the same exact thing when he called the hotel
Hmm.
in LA after she hosted the Grammys. So, oh my God, you're ahead of
Yeah.
your time.
Yeah. I know. It's such a trendsetter. Speaking of ahead of your time, well, going back though, I want to show you this
Oh my gosh.
little Colin in
See,
1999.
like,
That's
and she
you.
said, I could be your mother. Look, we look alike.
Yeah, you totally could. Yes. Tell everybody about how you ended up. I mean, you sort of went into her whole sphere and her whole world for a while. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I remember it was Ash Wednesday, February of 1999. And
We
my
all know
aunt,
specific dates around her, which I think is
well,
funny.
I remember that she came out and she went, "Oh my gosh, I think there's a cult here," because some of the people had ashes on their forehead. So that's why I remember the day. But we had off from, I went to Catholic school in Connecticut. We had off from school. All I wanted to do was see her and the show live. And so I remember we had planned, we didn't have tickets, but we had planned that morning I slept at my mom, my aunt, my sister, my cousin. We all slept at my aunt's house in New Jersey.
Mm.
And we went over the bridge to go hopefully get standby tickets to the show, which was hard in 1999 season 3. So we were late because my family is always late. And my aunt just begged, like, I know we're late, but can he just go in? He's such a fan. Can he just go in? And the person at the that was doing the tickets just went, go to the back of the line. So we went to the back of the line. I had such a good feeling. Now, listen, if you get tickets to the show, you get 2 tickets. I was there with 5 people. So but I had a good feeling and I was so excited. So I was singing, I was dancing. I was just the life of the line of the party at 7:30 in the morning, I guess. I was just so excited. And a producer, Casey St. Ange, came down the line and said, who's outgoing and not afraid to sing? And everyone pointed to me. So she picked me and a few other people to play an audience game with her where she would start the song and then I would have to finish the song. And they warned me. They said, listen, it's a live show. This is just filler in case we have extra time. And I was so excited to do it. Of course, it was a live show and they ran out of time. So at the end of the show, she's signing dolls and books and things by John McDee's piano. And my cousin, Victoria, says, hey, Rosie, my cousin wrote a song for you. And she said, great. Where is he? And she pointed to me and there's 13-year-old Colin. And she says, take it away, kid. And I sang a song that I wrote all about her show and Tom Cruise and Barbra Streisand and Grease. It was to the tune of Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee, because she played Rizzo on Broadway. And I saw her eyes like go from signing to like looking up. And she went at the end, you have a good voice, kid. I said, thank you. And she said to someone, get his number. And so someone took my number and then I went back to my hometown in Connecticut and I was so excited, but it was the longest 2 months ever. And 2 months later, the show called me and said, hey, Rosie's doing a whole Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award show on her show. And she wants you to come and play an audience game with her. So we did that. And that show we taped on a Wednesday. It aired on a Friday. On Monday, the show called me back and said, Rosie loved you and she wants you to come down to Universal Studios Islands of Adventure for a few days and play around with her. I ended up staying there for the whole week and sort of like co-hosting with her and hanging out with NSYNC and Steven Spielberg and oh my gosh, it was so
As
great.
you do on a Tuesday.
I know. And 13-year-old me who like went to Catholic school, loved Rosie, just wanted to be friends with her. The same 27 kids in my class for 10 years. I was the class president and I went from people sort of knowing me in my hometown of Branford, Connecticut to everyone knowing me. And she was so nice. She gave all my classmates push balls, which I see you have a lot of. And my goal was, of course, to be on the show, but really was to be friends with her, which ultimately I ended up being. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you worked on her cruise. You've done so much with her. Do you have like a favorite moment of all of that? Because I feel like I was going through YouTube trying to find really good clips of you, but they're also VHS-y that they're hard to show because they're hard to watch.
Yeah, she actually just started releasing her show like in great quality. So the shows are out there somewhere, but I don't know what
they
episodes.
Took them down.
They took them down? They
took them down because of like copyright. She had to stop. Yeah, they took them all off YouTube.
Oh, I wish I had a good copy of it because you're right. The one that someone made for me is like a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yep.
That's probably the best. I mean, she threw me my 21st birthday party in Alaska. There were 70-foot swells, so the boat was rocking like this, but she threw it for me. She showed the old clips of me in the whole theater, and Cyndi Lauper bought me my first drink. So I really saw her true colors that night.
Yeah.
And boy, does she want to have fun. Well, girl, she wants to have fun. No, that's probably my favorite memory. Obviously being on the show and getting to work with her and knowing her kids growing up and everything. She's so special. And I'm so glad she's over in Ireland and hopefully having a great time with Clay.
I know. You have created such a wonderful artistic life for yourself. Can you tell everybody like what you do now? And was that always your goal? Like, was your goal always Broadway, music, entertainment?
So my goal was to be on Broadway, which I was for one day. I was in the closing night performance of
All you
Les
need.
Mis on Broadway. Rosie was in the audience. I had to audition for it. There was over 400 auditioners, and they picked 36 high schoolers to sort of say, at the end of the show, they did like a brief version of Les Mis with these high schoolers. And there was, I mean, Skylar Lipstein was in it, and now he's Skylar
Mhm.
Aston from Perfect and all those
Mhm.
movies. There was a bunch of great people in it. But yeah, so I did Les Mis, and I moved to New York. I went to Wagner College, and I thought I'd be a New Yorker forever. And I stayed in New York for about, I don't know, 10 or 12 years, and I did the theater thing, and I worked for the Wendy Williams show. I was working for Rosie and the cruise line, and did a few things with Rosie's theater kids. And then oh, someone's coming here. Hi, I'm in an interview. So here's the deal. I do not live where there's palm trees. I live in Connecticut. I am on vacation with
Yes.
my family, and the pool, I'll call him the pool boy, just came to clean the pool, which is
Oh, whoa.
hysterical. But yeah, so I thought I was going to be in New York forever and do the Broadway thing. And I moved back. I was working for CV Productions, Greg Noble, who's a Broadway producer and has last 5 years with Nick Jonas on Broadway right now. He's done a bunch. He's won
Yeah.
2 or 3 Tony Awards, and he's from Branford, Connecticut. I was working with him. He said, "Come home for a summer. Let's just take the summer off from the city." And I have never moved back. So I love Branford. It's the best decision I could have made, was to move back to my hometown. And I was the artistic director for a small theater company. And then I got hired as a high school musical director of a program that I went through with another music director that went through the program. So that's very special. And then for a few years, I was working part-time for the town as the arts, culture, and special events coordinator. And that turned into a full-time job. And I bring all these concerts and events and benefits and great things to Brantford. And I also produced the Broadway concert series at Legacy Theater. So I wear literally many hats, and I love
Yeah.
it. And I mean, I would have none of these opportunities if it wasn't for me at 13 years old being on the Rosie Show. And even before that, I had a great audition for Big on Broadway, and I thought I was going to be in Big on Broadway, and then it closed, and then the next year I got the Rosie opportunity. So things happen for a reason, and I would never, ever know the people I know or have the experiences or memories without that amazing time in 1999.
Dreams Come True with Rosie. What's that from? Do you know?
That's the Rosie O'Donnell.
There you go, right there, right there.
What
Okay,
are the
perfect.
other ones it says?
You're a cutie
And now I'm
patootie.
testing you. Yeah.
Um,
Come on, just a friend or something.
and then there's Her Laugh.
Hmm.
I
think there's
don't
like
remember.
5 things, and I used to know, but
Yeah, me too. But mine
I
doesn't
mean,
work
that's
anymore.
what
Otherwise,
happened with
people might
age.
know.
I know
Yeah.
mine started sounding like a devil or something. The
Mhm.
batteries were low, and
Yes.
she did not
Yeah.
sound like Rosie. She sounded
No.
more like Harvey Firestein.
Yeah, we didn't want that. We didn't want that. Colin, I would talk to you forever, but will you stick around? We got to come back with Chrissy, with Rosie O'Donnell. Will you stick around and play a game at the end?
Of course.
Okay, good. Colin, what's the best way that people can connect with you?
So I'm definitely not on Twitter or X anymore.
good.
I am on Facebook. You can search for me, Colin Sheehan. I just updated my profile picture, and it's this shirt
Oh,
actually in
I saw
honor of
that.
you.
Thank you.
And on Instagram, I'm Colin A. My middle name is Andrew Sheehan, Sheehan. Feel free to follow me. I love followers.
He's a good time. He's a great guy. We'll be thank you for being here. Come back in a second. We're gonna play a little trivia game. The entire audience is gonna win a prize. But we'll be
Wow.
right back after this.
That sounds familiar.
Well, you know, that's how we do it around here.
Are you tired of the same old drinks? Let your taste buds travel. Honkaku Spirits delivers authentic Japanese spirits right to your door. From family distilleries in southern Japan, they bring you exquisite small batch shochu, awamori, koji whiskey, and gin. It's more than a drink, it's a journey to Japan in every sip. Discover your new favorite spirit at honkaku.com and enjoy free US shipping on any order. Thanks for sponsoring the show, Honkaku Spirits.
All right, that worked that time. Thank you. My next guest is not Rosie O'Donnell, but she plays one on this TV right here. Her name is Christy Williamson, and she's a Rosie impersonator and a huge Rosie fan. And she's here to try to beat me, I think, in a koosh ball fight. So please welcome Rosie O'Donnell. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
So good to be here. I'm good. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Okay, so I want to start off with, when did you realize that you looked like her? And was it you that realized it, or did somebody else tell you?
No, it was actually my mom. I think I was in like the 5th or 6th grade, and she would
Mhm.
always have Rosie on when I got home from school. And she would say, you know what, sis, I think you really look like Rosie. That's what you're going to look like when you grow up. And I thought I looked like Bette Midler. I really did. I wanted to be her backup dancer. I was just so obsessed.
Mm.
So I was like, there's no way I look like Rosie O'Donnell. Mom, I'm Bette Midler. And then I started to watch Rosie, and I started to realize, I was like, okay, maybe I do look like Rosie.
When did you start doing it professionally?
When COVID hit and Rosie came to TikTok, um, I connected with her and I was like, thank you
Yeah.
so much for, like everything you've done for me for a child. And I never got to go to her show. So I told her, like, I always thought I'd go and you'd pick me. And she said, well, I would have picked you in my audience because I think you look like me. So then I did like a silly, like, lip sync, like, very unprofessional impersonation. And a lot of people were like, future Rosie impersonator. So I did some Googling and I could not find one that was currently working. I found like thousands of Elvises, Madonnas, but no Rosie. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is my calling.
The one and only. What is it like to go out there and do that?
It's scary, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. It's really scary. It's a lot of pressure on me because she's such an icon. And I have such high standards of wanting to, like, my whole entire life, I wanted to, like, impress her. So that is carried on to my impersonations. So if I feel like, like I'm a little less par or I'm not, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of pressure, but a lot of fun as well.
Well, and there's so much personality there, right? Like there's so much
Yes.
energy output that
Yes.
you, I suppose, really have to. Are you like that in real life, or are you? I feel like, judging from your TikToks, that you're more like subdued and quiet.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more mellow
Yeah.
until you get to know me, and then that personality comes out. So I'm a bit of an introvert who wants to be an extrovert.
Mm-hmm. Same, 100%. Were you a collector of Rosie stuff when you were a kid, or now?
Yes. I don't think I have as much as what you have, but it's competition there. But yes, I also
What's your
did the
favorite
pictures all over
piece?
the wall. My favorite piece is my yo-yo. I have a
don't have a
Rosie Show
yo-yo.
yo-yo.
Oh,
You don't have the yo-yo?
No, I'll have to go on eBay after this and find one. No,
Definitely.
I never got to go to her show either, the Rosie O'Donnell show, but I was living in Milwaukee during the Rosie show on OWN, and Milwaukee's like 2 hours away. So I got to go to her first test show of the Rosie show on OWN and sit in the audience for like 4 hours while she just tried. It was so interesting to see those test shows into what actually ended up being that show, because there was so much stuff on those test shows that just didn't work or she didn't like. But I forgot to show this earlier. I have my Rosie Show lunchbox, of course, as you do, and I have a Rosie Show mug.
Nice.
From OWN. And I ended up going there, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times to shows. Oh my God, I just realized I have tattoos of the days I went to the Rosie Show. I just literally just thought of that. Yes, I do. Yeah, I went there like 4 times, and then I'll just show you. I have this tattoo all the way up my leg, and the dates are back here. Anyway.
Wow, you make me feel so normal. I actually have her signature tattooed to my arm, so I feel normal now.
Is speaking of your arm and being covered, is that a Rosie O'Donnell show jacket, or is that just a jean jacket?
It is a Rosie Show jacket.
Like this?
Oh. Yes.
Yes. I love it. And jean jackets are coming back, and I feel like I'm going to start wearing this out in public. Just to
The
see.
90s are coming back. I don't know, like every time I go to the store to go shopping with my teenagers, I just see the style that I wore when I was a kid. I think it's great.
Yeah. I went to a vintage market. This has nothing to do with Rosie, but I went to a vintage market a couple months ago and realized that it was a bunch of kids buying clothes that I wore. And I was like, Oh, a vintage. Like I'm old enough now that my clothes that I wore are starting to now be old. That makes sense.
Right.
I want to show a picture of you. Who's that? You tell
Oh
everybody.
my goodness. That was, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, the sound just cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, that was back in April of last year.
What was that like? Where'd you meet her?
It was at a Comic-Con, the Steel City Con,
Oh, yeah.
and her line was, I think, the longest of everyone because she took time with everyone. It was nothing was rushed. It was a lot of
Mhm.
fun, and she is so soft-spoken and kind in person. And she remembered me and she gave me a really big hug, and I'll never forget it. It's almost like a visit from home, like when you go to your childhood home and you spend the night, that
Yeah.
like rested feeling.
Yeah.
Like I got that the next morning. Like I just woke up and I felt like the best I had in a long time.
I don't want this to be a creepy question, but like, what did she smell like? Like, what cologne is she wearing these days? Or perfume? Remember?
Honestly, like I thought she was gonna smell like CK1 because that's what
40
I
squirts.
always thought.
40 squirts, Chrissy. 40 squirts.
Yes. So maybe I was just smelling myself because that's what I was wearing,
Mhm.
like the whole. I mean, but that's all I could smell was the CK1, but I think it might have been me.
Yeah. You never
Ah,
know.
I lost my earpiece.
Oh, no. Well, wait.
Sorry.
There. She's back. This is what happened. It's okay. You're absolutely fine. Where are you going? How often are you out working?
Not as often as I want to. So I go out at least, like 3 to 4 times a year. I could do a lot more than that, but I also have kids that are special needs and no help with them. So I have
Hmm.
to plan my time and around that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, your social media stuff is up on the screen, so people should follow you, connect with you,
Yes.
and get you out there. I have never met her either. This is the closest I've been to meeting her. I went to
Oh my
Islands of Adventure and met Turk. That was me. And I was this nervous then, like she was standing in, I thought maybe she was in that costume, and I was so excited. And I went
I love
to,
that.
I should have told Colin this story too. I went specifically to Islands of Adventure when I went to Florida to go see where she did her show. And I just stood there for like 20 minutes, just staring at everything, thinking about like, what would it have been like if I were in this audience of 2,000 people? It's borderline sick, I think, but I kind of love
Yeah.
it. Chrissy, what will you stay around and play a game with Colin and I after
Well,
the
of
break?
course. Yes.
Okay, good. We're gonna take a break. Obviously it's a Rosie trivia game that we're gonna play, and I hope it works because we're doing something different here with the screens. And so we're gonna take a break, and we'll be back to see if it works right after this.
Are you tired of the same old drinks? Let your taste buds travel. Honkaku Spirits delivers authentic Japanese spirits right to your door. From family distilleries in southern Japan, they bring you exquisite small batch shochu, awamori, koji whiskey, and gin. It's more than a drink, it's a journey to Japan in every sip. Discover your new favorite spirit at honkaku.com and enjoy free US shipping on any order. Thanks for sponsoring the show, Honkaku Spirits.
Okay, we're back. Oh, it worked. Perfect. We're back with Colin and Chrissy, and we're going to play a little Rosie trivia game to see
Oh gosh.
who wins. And it's 1 point apiece. I have 10 questions for you. If you
What do
know
we
the
win?
answer,
Hun Cuckoo Spirits?
Honkaku Spirits. Yeah, you win. The entire audience is going to win this bottle of Honkaku Spirits.
Great.
And everybody gets a Rosie ornament in the audience, okay? In the studio audience, of course. All right, are you all ready?
Yes.
Question number 1. Today is Rosie's birthday. What year was she born?
1962.
Colin, that was you, and I'm keeping track because I like to. Here, maybe I'll use my Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards pen. Colin
From Burger
gets one-
King, right?
Burger King, absolutely. Oh, let's try it out. Okay. It 100% is. Or maybe I can use my Koosh pencil.
Ooh.
Okay. Colin, 1 point. Number 2. Who can name, not in order, Rosie's siblings?
Oh, I can.
Okay. Colin has his hand up first. Try it.
Danny, Eddie, Rosie, Maureen. There's one more.
You have 3 seconds. 3,
Danny, Eddie, Rosie.
2, 1. Oh, right at the buzzer, Colin.
Timothy.
Oh my gosh. This is true. All right. In order, name Rosie's children.
I got it.
Oh,
I'll let her.
Chrissy,
take it.
Chrissy's being nice and not screaming. Chrissy, you need to scream.
Okay, I will.
Chrissy, go for it in order.
Parker, Chelsea, Blake, and Clay.
No.
Vivi, Clay. Ah!
I was there when Vivi learned to swim, so Vivi holds a special piece of my heart.
All right. Wait, I should have invited them too.
How
Okay,
did I
ready?
forget Vivi?
I don't know. It's okay.
So
You had
pretty.
okay. It's the same reason that Colin forgot Timmy, and we love Timmy here on the show.
Yeah.
What's Rosie's highest grossing movie? Chrissy.
Let's get the road.
Wrong. Colin.
What?
I will say Tarzan.
That is correct.
Okay, I
Tarzan.
wasn't thinking.
That was a
I
guess.
wasn't thinking
Tarzan.
that.
You
I was
weren't
thinking.
thinking animated. I get it.
Yes.
You want to know numbers? Because when I looked this up, I was actually really impressed. Tarzan, 448 million. Sleepless in Seattle is number 2 at 228, and League of Their Own third at 132. I used to have a giant Turk, but what I have from, I'm just gonna wreck my set here today.
I don't have any Rosie tattoos.
Put that wherever. This is my bank, my Tarzan bank.
That is so cool. I
used
just
to-
have the plush Turk.
Turk, yes. I used to have a giant one, but I gave it to a kid. Love Turk. The fun has arrived. Oh, Chrissy, I forgot to ask you if you can do the Betty Rubble laugh.
Oh my gosh. Every time somebody asks me that, I think of the little kid on Shrek when they go through the roar. But it's terrible. But
Okay.
I'll do it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Barney, do you have to do everything Fred does?
That's good. That's good. Yes, that's really good. Much better than I could do.
Give her a point for that.
Okay, one
Thank
extra
you,
point.
yes.
Perfect. All right, scores 3-2. Colin's winning right now. What day did the Rosie O'Donnell show premiere?
Oh, I know this. I gotta know this.
I'm gonna say June 10th, 1996.
Correct.
Whoa!
For a point, Chrissy, I'm just going to give you this one. What day did the Rosie O'Donnell show end the live shows? What was the last day that they did live shows?
Was it, I know the year. I think it was 2002.
It was.
I was in the city for it.
Is it September?
Mm.
No.
Did you give up? Do you pass?
Oh my
Do you wanna-
God! I suck at this. No.
Colin, do you know?
I think it was in the beginning of May. But I don't know.
Well, these are things that I didn't have to look up. But it's May 22nd, 2002.
End of May. Okay.
Yeah. Which, did you know that was the last day that the Johnny Carson aired in 1992?
No, I didn't. And it would be
Yeah.
interesting if I'm sure she knew that, but if
I'm
she
sure.
planned that.
Yeah. And then they did like pre-recorded shows through June. Okay.
Yeah, they filmed a lot.
Rosie has released how many books?
Ding, ding, ding. Okay. So I was going to say 2 because of the 2 she released, but then there's 2 Kids Are Punny, so maybe 4. Is there
Such
any
a final
other?
answer?
Oh, and then there's Crafty You. That's 5. I'm going to say that's it.
Wrong. Chrissy.
Oh,
Take a
I
guess.
was also gonna say 5 because I was thinking Kids Are Punny 1 and 2, Find Me, Celebrity Detox, and then Crafty You.
Well, pick another number because that's wrong.
Like 7?
Oh, in the middle, it was 6. She's done 6.
I was
What
gonna
was
say
the
6,
last
but I'm
one?
like,
Bosom Buddies.
I knew that. The
Oh.
breast cancer one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you?
it's
have
been
you
a
either-
while, Richard.
Well, they're all right here if you need them in my library. Have you either of you seen this book, The Secret Society
No.
of Demolition Writers?
No.
no.
This is a book from a long time ago. I don't know what year. It doesn't matter. Go to your library and get it. But there are a bunch of writers, authors that have stories in here, and you don't know who wrote which story, and she's one of them. It's really cool. It's a bunch of like short stories that a bunch of people have done.
I love that.
Yeah, anyway, go get it. Secret Sauce. Everybody in the audience wins this book too. Okay.
Oh, great.
Nobody gets that point. Books. Okay. Who does Rosie describe as the queen of all things? Colin.
Martha Stewart?
Wrong.
Is it? Oh,
Don't
Yeah.
say it.
I was gonna say
Chrissy.
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, Chrissy. Oh, and you said her name earlier too in your
Oh,
interview.
it's Bette Midler.
Bette Midler, yes.
I was going to say Barbara. Okay.
was
That Wizard of Oz Halloween performance is amazing on her show.
I know.
Oh yes.
And now I still work with John McDee.
I know
the
you
music,
do.
He's the music director of the Broadway Spotlight series, the John McDaniel Broadway series at Legacy Theater in Connecticut. So we have Norbert Leo Butz coming up, but he's been doing the last 3 years. He's been helping me produce that.
He's great. He has been on this show. I got to interview
And Alan
him.
Katz. Alan
Katz was on this show.
Yeah, he was the writer when I was on.
Great people. Okay, what was Rosie's first tattoo?
Ooh, I know it was that little around her ankle. Was it like roses or whatever that was around her ankle?
And that's very close. Yes, that's close enough. Yes, roses.
Wasn't it
cross.
something and then she covered it up or something?
She added to it. Now it's very.
Yeah, she added to it. It's like what do you call that? A boot? Like when it goes up, how it comes up her calf like that? Is that what it's called?
I have 0 tattoos. You guys are way braver than me.
I don't know. How many Broadway shows has Rosie been in? Colin.
Grease. Seussical. I was at her opening night of Fiddler. Is there any other Broadway shows she was in? I'm going to say that's it. 3.
Wrong. Chris, you have a guess?
What about, does Taboo count? Is Taboo?
Nope.
Grease, Seussical, Fiddler. I don't know.
Taboo, great soundtrack.
Oh, I love Taboo.
Oh.
I
listen to it all the time.
Ewan Morton's coming to Branford too.
Really? I need to take a trip.
Yeah,
the correct answer is 4. Grease, Seussical, Fiddler on the Roof, and Love Lost in What I Wore.
Was that on Broadway? That was off Broadway, Richard.
That's what the internet tells me.
I'm pretty sure that was off Broadway.
Well, I'll give you half a point.
Thank you.
Half a point. Okay, that's all my questions. Colin wins with 4.5 points. Chrissy has 3. So the entire audience, is getting some Honkaku spirits and a Rosie ornament. That's our audience. I can't thank you two enough for coming on today, responding to my random message, and hanging out with me for Rosie's birthday.
This has been
I had a lot of fun.
You two are the best. Thank you so much. And congratulations on all your success, both of you. You've done amazing things with your lives.
Thank you, Richard. This show is great. Keep up the good work, and happy birthday, Rosie.
Happy birthday, Rosie.
Happy birthday, Rosie.
We have a special. We're going to go out with this today. Do y'all remember this? We'll see you on Monday, everyone. Have a great weekend. Happy birthday, Rosie. We love you. Go watch The Late Late Show tonight in Ireland. You can stream it online. Goodbye, everyone. Do y'all remember this?
Yeah, we don't have anything like material to give you. So the next best thing is this.
We're gonna do it in song.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rosie. Happy birthday to you. Have a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from Nancy.